Connect and then come back to the live because everybody else I can invite.
I waited like 3 years now. We here getting licensed. I'm tired of the whole Jack and Jill shit, the real shit. Move for what's comfortable now, so you don't ever gotta feel shit. Beat a nigga laugh for hours. Count my ones playing old school shit.
Hi, Uncle.
Hey, how are you?
I am. I don't know what just happened. I just pressed the button. I'm like, yo, what just happened?
So, you hit a button so now you're on the live. The live.
What you giving over there?
Well, I was trying to do our Wednesday night show, but unfortunately, so no one paid. No, the bill was paid right, but unfortunately, blog talk so I don't know why. So I'm just so the live tonight show will go on, but it's going to be on the line. And tonight's show, we're dealing with rejection.
Oh, okay.
And how does one deal with rejection? How do you deal with rejected by your family, by someone interviewing? How do you deal with rejection? So there's different forms of rejection. How do you deal with the rejection of someone not being attracted to you? So, I mean,
I mean, right. Right.
So, I mean, first, how was your weekend?
It was good.
Yeah.
You know, that birthday turn up. It was really good. Huh?
I said, how was your birthday turn up?
Ooh. Ooh.
Because I saw this little invite.
You coming up to New York?
If I was invited.
Okay, see, we can do this, though, Uncle. See, don't do that. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Look, the house forgot me, but that's fine.
The house forgot you? Well, you know,
Right. So I plan on doing something. Let me know. Just let me know the word.
Because it's actually, because you're there. It's a play called The Fire Boy that I want to see. Huh?
Mm-hmm. I've heard of it.
So find out about that. And I'll just get our tickets and I'll just watch them and you just get the tickets and I'll come up and we can do that. Because I ain't never been to BBQs.
Oh, Uncle. Oh, you're gonna love me. Oh, that's all you have to say.
Yeah.
Okay, cute.
Because I said, because your brother Alberta, I was like, he told me all about the invitation. Like, oh, you come up, but he still ain't sent my invitation. Yeah.
Oh, look, I'm as a seasoned girl. I'm not hanging out like that shit. Now, you tell me you want to, experience a fab restaurant and get hot. Well, you don't smoke. And have a couple of drinks. I am down.
Okay.
I'm down all day. And I owe you some. I owe you some food. So.
Well, you know I like it.
Well, that's how we get along.
Well, Justin trying to get on.
Yes, go ahead. Love you. Behave yourself. Behave yourself.
I'm going to try.
All right. I'll talk to you later, baby.
All right. Uncle Anthony, now why do you want to come on my live? Why do you want to come on my live, Uncle Anthony? It sounds terrible. You look terrible. Don't do that. Don't talk about my niece like that. I am doing Justin. If everybody else is sending me the invite to join the live, what are you doing? You are the most important person that I need. All right. You are retarded. Stop typing to me because then I'm going to want to read it out loud and respond to you, and you do that on purpose. Who is that saying bring them on? Okay. Justin, Uncle Anthony, take your invite down, please. Justin, resend the invite. You did it before. I'm so serious. Okay, well, what are you so serious about? Oh, did I flip it around? Telephone. Okay, there we go. Okay. We just about to end this show because I don't have time. I don't know what Justin is doing. Everybody else can send an invite to join. I don't know. You had it up there before. Who is that? No, what's happening, Father, is that Blog Talk is working, but they're having technical difficulties on their end. So I'm just going to do the live show, and we're just going to do it this way. But you can't call in because Blog Talk switchboard is not working right. So that's why you're having the problem, and that's why I'm trying to do it this way. But tonight's topic is going to be rejection. How does one deal with rejection from family, from someone that you may have been interested in, a job you may have applied for? We're going to talk about rejection. Um, because a lot of stuff has been going on, and I've been dealing with a lot of friends that have, hey Darius, how are you? A lot of friends are dealing with issues, and it basically, some of them all stem from, okay, well, try to send me the invite, Justin, so I can see if I can add you to the live like I was able to add Poison and Uncle Anthony. So, back to what I was saying. So, a lot of friends have been dealing with stuff since December with like rejection from boyfriends, rejection from family and stuff like that, where it's caused a lot of them to become somewhat depressed, suicidal, um, turn to things that people shouldn't normally turn to deal with bad coping mechanisms. So I need them to try to find better. We need to discuss better coping mechanisms. Please forgive me because this is not how I'm used to normally doing this. So this is something new where I'm just trying to do the live. What are you sending me, Justin? I don't understand. Okay. I'm not going to stress myself out. I'm not going to do that. All right. So this is what we're going to do.
Did you send a request? Okay, then approved. Thank you.
How hard was freaking that? How hard was that? Hey Jermaine, how are you? Hey Miss Campbell, how are you? Alright, I don't understand.
Bring Justin on. Yes, they receive an invite. Okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to end this and I'm going to try to start it again because I don't know what the problem is with Justin.
Man. Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well. A mind is a terrible
Okay.
thing to waste.
You said what now?
A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
No, what it was, I had to get off my Wi-Fi and get on my the regular cell connection for the button to pop up. Because when I connect to my Wi-Fi, it goes to my Chromecast and it doesn't give me the option for to go live.
Okay. Well, now that we're here, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tuesday Night Juicing It with the Jays. I am your host, Jason, and that is my co-host, my partner in crime, the yin to my yang, the Robin to my Batman, the Wonder Girl to my Wonder Woman, Justin. I've already told them, Justin, that tonight's topic is going to be about rejection. Well, I guess I gotta wait for her to come sit back down on the couch because she wants to get up and move around. She had all night to get all that stuff together, but there she goes. So we're talking about rejection. So Justin, where do we want to start? I guess we can start with I guess we can start with dating rejection. Let's start there and
What was
work our way to other stuff if we get there. I'm trying to think of because it doesn't bother me if I show affection or something towards someone and it's not reciprocated, I just move on. Some people sometimes have a hard time moving on. Um
they do?
so I can't and I'm trying to think. Although I picked this topic, I know why I picked this topic, but I can't think of a time right now where date wise I've been rejected. So I don't have that experience of being able to tell a story. So Justin, do you have a recent story where you may have met someone and you were interested in them, but they weren't interested? I mean, because I can tell stories about how I reject people on Jack and Now, and I can tell those kind of stories, but then y'all would think that I'm a slut or a tramp, and it's too early in the show for
I
that.
don't think anybody would call you a slut or a tramp. I do, sometimes rejection is just rejection. Have I faced rejection before? Yes. Do I deal with it? Sometimes like rejection, especially reaction, something that you might be expecting, will fuck with you. So that's for me. That's like And I think for some people, that's why they're least likely to be vulnerable at all.
Mm-hmm. Because now I can think of one. Whereas like I'm not going to say what my grinder name is because I don't want a bunch of you perverts. Um, he is a slut in a tramp. Your uncle is a slut in a tramp, and because I can think of like a time with my grinder, I have it on there that if you don't have a picture, I don't want to talk to you because I know what a dick looks like. I know what an ass looks like. And I'm really not
Right.
interested in your ass. And 9 times out of 10, I'm probably not going to be that interested in your dick. So for you to send me a dick picture before we even have that conversation, it's going to already turn me off.
Right.
And for instance, I showed it to you like this Saturday. This guy, and I ain't gonna say it was a gorgeous dick, but it was a nice dick. It was pretty.
Uh-huh.
But he never sent a face picture. And I'm not just meeting somebody just because you send me a picture of your hard penis and it wasn't lint like Reggie. So, so I sent him a message back. Well, Justin, you know, because I sent it to you. I sent him a message and I was like, okay, I know what a dick looks like. I have one. What does your face look like? So he responded back something negative and was like, it's just a fuck. Why you need to see my face? Or whatever. And I was like, okay.
What?
And I'm
Fuck,
like,
I mean,
right. And I'm like, for one, I have fucked in the dark, like that's a whole nother show. I have fucked in the dark, complete dark, but I'm a person that I need light. I need to see all of you at some point in time so that I can do my examination of all of you. And just because unfortunately, I'm not one of those girls that just because you have a nice dick, that just does not open my leg and
it
say,
doesn't. It
okay,
doesn't really. It doesn't.
no, it don't.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
Because you can have, okay, maybe once or twice. But if I'm not attracted to your face, we're not going to be able to do nothing because
I think.
I'm
Well,
not,
you have some
no,
people
because
that,
I'm
that are
not
not
one of
set
them
up.
girls. I'm not that person that you're going to bend me around because if anybody want to, this is not going to be that kind of show. But if you having sex with somebody and they only want to fuck you doggy style, bitch, they don't want to look at you.
Turn your ass around.
So, so if that's what they doing, then that's not what. No. So he got upset and he was like, "That's the problem with you red niggas. Y'all so stuck up." And all that. And I'm like, "Well, where did this come from?" All I did was ask to see your face. So I mean, I don't understand. And then I was like, "That's the other thing. I don't understand. Like when you reject somebody on those sites." Why do there's a lot of bending? That's a lot of girl. So I don't understand like so I don't understand how it goes from cause it's no shame in my game. I don't take because of the longevity that I've been doing the radio show, I don't take nude pictures. So if you got a nude picture of me, it's a old, old, old nude picture of me.
I'm just trying to think. I have one thing out there, but it's an old picture. But I'm not worried about it because it's
Right.
so old. You'd be like, why would I even be concerned with it?
Right. And then a picture that I'm sending you is so old that it's only got like I now have 45 tattoos. So the picture that you have is not all those tattoos. So
Was
I could
12
deny that
tattoos
that's
ago or something?
so I could deny that that's even me. So I don't get that. I don't get when people be like, it goes from you having this wonderful conversation, and then it
Mm-hmm.
goes from a wonderful conversation to them saying, "Well, you ain't all that, or you ugly motherfucker." I'm like, but wait a minute, I'm the same ugly motherfucker 10 minutes ago that you was just trying to fuck.
I don't even give it. I don't. I like being direct and upfront with people. It's not even self-deprecating, but at the end of the day, like if I'm not into it, I'm not into it. I'm just direct. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I don't, a lot of people like to lead you on into these conversations or whatever, and then it's a big thing at the end. So I just no, I don't play that.
I'm listening. I'm just fixing a drink.
I'm just admiring the background since she walks off so smooth. Oh my god. Anyway, let's
I'm
see who
sorry.
next.
I could have showed y'all my
Hey Uncle
kitchen.
Joe.
I could have
Hey
showed y'all my
Reggie.
kitchen,
Hey
but I got
Victoria.
dishes.
I got dishes in my sink, so I'm not taking this whole phone in my kitchen because right now my house is dirty.
I mean, that's what I'm doing tomorrow. It's just, yeah.
You off tomorrow?
Yeah.
You going to the post office tomorrow?
Yes, I am. I'm not gonna hear they in my box.
Say what, damn?
So you still haven't sent it? You still haven't sent it? I can hear it now. Really? See, that's what alcoholics do.
Well, I've been wanting to drink for 2 days, but because I was by myself, I was
Yeah.
not drinking. You saw that post I made. Would it make me an alcoholic if I had to drink by myself?
I would say a lot, but I ain't.
What you gonna say?
I mean, hell, it's been a hell of a last 2 days. You look like Common.
Bitch, it's been a hell of a last conversation.
Somebody said you look like Common.
I guess. Thank you. I think
Don't be
that's
telling that nigga that.
last week. Wait a minute, somebody said last week it was Jay-Z. So I was like, ew, my lips that big.
Oh wow. But
So,
like I don't even, as far as when it goes back to the conversation of the topic, like I don't let it get too far because I don't like misleading people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I don't like people who like they don't mind entertaining the conversation when they know full and well it's nothing there. You know what I'm saying?
right. So Justin, let me ask you this question. How do the guys take the rejection when you tell them, when you just let them know, I'm just doing here killing time because I'm bored, and you in a white t-shirt and you look like Jamie. Oh, he said you like Jamie Foxx.
Oh wow. What is crazy to me is like how they straight up try to attack. They come off like they get mad at you. It's like you wasting their time. Like they're really out for whatever it is they're trying to do, and I'm inhibiting them from doing that. And they really trying to get at me. Like it's crazy to me. I'm not, it's not terrible, but I know I've had some people that have given me some choice words about it, and sometimes it's like, really, all of that.
My personal ashtray from Jasmine Couture. Shout out to Jasmine. Happy New Year, Jasmine. So let me see. So the reason I want to talk about, I guess I want to move to the reason a lot of us come into ballroom is because of rejection from the outside community. As far as out, some people have come from because they didn't hit the rejection from a mother or a father, from family, period. And then you get into an environment where you want to be embraced, where you thought that you were going to be embraced by a community, and you then turn in and you have to deal with the rejection from that community because somebody didn't, if somebody at one point in time thought you was their father, you felt like you thought that was your father, you thought they was your mother, you get into a disagreement or you get into an argument, and boom, they don't want to be bothered with you no more. Or the first time you get into a disagreement with your brother or your sister, it's like boom, they don't want to be bothered with you no more. That's a hurtful feeling. I mean, I've never, in ballroom, thank goodness, I can honestly say not only in ballroom but in my same gender loving lifestyle, I've only had in my entire life. Well, now I got 3 gay fathers, but 2 of them came as a set. Shout out to my daddy Tommy and Terry. And then my other date, my surrogate gay dad, Enrique. So
Mm-hmm.
before them, all I ever had was my Bush Queen mother. And then when she passed away, I made myself a promise that I would never have another gay mother. And to this day, I still have never I've never taken anybody else as gay mother, and I never let anybody else call me their gay child,
Mm-hmm.
other than Jasmine. Hey Tina, how are you?
Hey, Tina.
So, so I've never I guess the closest thing to rejection that I've ever felt as far as ballroom was concerned was Jasmine. And
Mm-hmm.
the whole situation that me and her went through when she was diagnosed with what she was diagnosed with, and she started going through the things that she started going through, and she pushed me away. And because we talk every day, you knew that it bothered me.
Mm-hmm.
And it honestly bothered me for a while because it was like one of those things like, well, what did I do? Or what didn't I do that
Mm-hmm.
was enough that this person had to push me outside of their life? Because we hadn't had, I mean, we had arguments, but I felt like we were family, so that in any argument that we had, eventually in family, you're gonna get over it and you move on, and you back to
Right.
what hell we argue with each other, we block each other on Facebook, and then the next day we sending each other friend requests when we when we don't get along. So I was expecting something like that from her, but that didn't happen. And then for it to go on for like, what was it, almost a year and a half, no contact, no
Yeah.
so it was like it really bothered me because anybody that knows me, that knows anything about me, I'm a person that needs closure. I and and I know some people say closure is the opportunity to walk back through a door to make something that you wanted to be over not be over. That is far from the clear case. When I need closure, I just need closure so that I can put a situation to
To rest.
rest
Yeah.
and not deal with it anymore. Because when I say I'm not dealing with you, I'm not dealing with you. And
Right.
that's basically all I wanted. So I'm now dealing with, like, for instance, like for me, I have, because technically, even though you don't deal with them, they're still your gay kids. I have like 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my kids, I just disowned, didn't want to deal with anymore because he did the ultimate betrayal and he slept with my boyfriend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So,
Wow, wow,
so
wow, wow.
yeah, it was what it is. So with dealing with that, it didn't bother me. It didn't feel right because like my friends would be like, "Well, Jason, that's still your son. At the end of the day, that's still your child. You may not like them in this moment, but once you make somebody your child, they're still your child." And I'm like, no, they're not. And like a year or so ago, I was somewhere and I bumped into him.
Uh-huh.
And he came up to me and was like, "Hi, Ma," and I kept walking.
I mean, don't you think you would grow to a point where you would let that go though?
It's Justin. It's three things I don't play with:
Uh-huh.
my food, my man,
Uh-huh.
or my money.
I feel you.
And I
I
might let
mean,
you and I might let you play with my food, but you're not playing with my man, and you definitely not playing with my money.
I feel you. I feel you on that.
No, I'm not taking no picture, no tidy whities. What the fuck? Y'all have to excuse my inboxes because people send me the strangest things at the most odd time.
What they say?
They said since you don't send pictures, can you do a twerking like that white boy in the granny panties? Well, I don't know what white boy was doing the twerking and granny, and I don't own any granny panties.
Oh,
That's
I know what he's talking about in the group. The white dude with the he had the drawers on. Oh my God.
That was one of the things that I wanted to talk about. There is this thing, and if you're in New York, I see there's no way for people to call in. So we might have to you might remind me next week that we might have to bring this up because I need a better understanding of this day that they have in New York where they get to walk around outside in underwear and catch the like no pants day. Why does New York City have a day in the winter? Brian, unfortunately, the phone line is not working. So I'm just going, because I said that we were going to be consistent with doing the shows, we're just going to be live this way. So tonight is going to be hands on. You can ask us questions through this and we'll read them and we'll answer them. So because I'm not going to be distracted by the phone. But unfortunately, switchboard is not working and it's nothing I can do about it. Too funny. So no, the switch is there. So my thing is, why is this thing in New York where men and women are walking around in their underwear? Why is that? I mean, and then it was like, and the reason that I was turned off by it was because I saw some live where I guess it was the white guy at the subway,
Uh-huh.
and he was up against the wall, and he was gyrating in those dirty ass white underwear with his hard penis. And I'm like, why isn't the police locking him up? That is just nasty.
I mean, it's they dated. I guess I don't know,
If you're on this
but it's a
live and
city
you're
day or something like that. What is that?
if you're on this live and you're in New York, can you hit me up and explain to me, hit us up on the live and explain why you all have a day in New York where y'all don't wear underwear? Because I need clarity. It's our friend, and I need to know why y'all are in y'all underwear on and with snow on the ground. It's cold as hell outside, and y'all got white men walking around with hard penises and dirty underwear. I don't understand.
I just want to let you know your volume is hella low.
My volume is low.
On my side, yeah.
Well, I got the phone as close to me as I can get it. I don't know. Somebody needs to tell Marcus that we're on live, and he needs to either get on the live or he'll wait till after the show is over to call in.
I can hear Marcus now. What is this ghetto bullshit?
Right. Well, that's what happens when. So yeah. So I don't understand what it is. Hey, Shanika, Ducky, I don't under. It's a tradition, but why? Well, who made that? What is traditional about y'all in y'all underwear on the subway? How did that even come about? And why? Why are y'all doing that? I love you, Marcus. Marcus isn't on the live and he's not on the phone.
Where is Marcus? Marcus is somewhere chilling.
Marcus is Marcus is somewhere watching Rachel Maddow. I know it's going to be a sight to see big bodies, little bodies, built all wrong. But right, it was. It was like they ain't have no shame and walking around in their nasty underwear. It was just, it was just, it was like, it should have been a come to Jesus moment. And then they wonder why they in the hospital with pneumonia.
They from New York. They resistant to pneumonia.
Whatever. So shout out to all the people. It's not funny, but shout out to all the people who have been affected by that dumb man and y'all still not being able to work. I hope that if you are in if you're in Baltimore and you work for the government, Navy Federal is giving out loans with 0% interest up to $6,000. So if you live in Maryland, you have an opportunity to go to Navy Federal to get a loan. But y'all saw Little Pin and long breast, right? Because it was like one lady, her breast was all droopy and everything, and I'm like, ew, girl. But yeah. So back to what I was saying. If you're in the Maryland area, Navy Federal is right now is giving out loans to help those that are suffering from the government furlough or shutdown right now, to up to $6,000. So
But
I
wait
would
till them hoes
jump
get
on
that
that.
back pay. Them hoes gonna get back pay. They probably gonna get their taxes. They gonna be balling out of control.
I'm just gonna say this right now.
What?
If you work for the government, I love you and I miss you and
See?
I want you to come home so that when they do get that back pay, I get some of it. But that's not funny. That's not funny. So Justin, what do you think of that man giving them like cheeseburgers and quarter pounders and
I mean, here's the thing. I thought it was tacky. I mean, you would at least thought that they would have, there's other places that you could have gone and just catered the meal or something like that. Like it looks like I don't know. It looks very I don't know. It's just tacky. That was like the tackiest thing I've seen, just in representation and all. I don't
oh
get it.
oh Lord, guess who just joined the live?
What's up, Devin?
Hey Aretha. What's going on, Aretha?
Now you made him run away. Wait.
Did he leave? It
He
was
said
racism.
racism. Well,
It was
I
racism.
mean, majority of the players I saw in the pictures were white. So I don't mean.
Yeah, it was only no. I think I saw because half of the team didn't go, and the only one I think I only saw it was majority of them was white, but I did see one black person, and I
Hmm.
was like, I said it's always one, it's always one.
I
He
don't
called
know.
you a
Here's the
he
thing.
called you an old hoe. He called you an old hoe.
Oh, ho. He doesn't. I do agree, or Oren Smith. I do agree. He doesn't care.
Oh, so you're an old hoe and I'm an old hussy. Okay.
But I thought it was shameful. I think the whole thing is shameful and disgraceful. I didn't think that. I thought for at least that I don't know. He never ceases to amaze me to show how below mediocre he is as far as just a president and all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, mm-mm. So I don't like to talk about this shit because especially not on Facebook because y'all the government not coming to get me.
Oh my God, yeah, did you see that post where that lady where the FBI showed up at her house?
I ain't saying no crazy shit. If we go into an emergency, that emergency shit, this is gonna be some live ass shit. I hope a bitch got a
Child.
gun.
Child. Sometimes I just don't even know what's going on. what's going on. Shout out to anyone that is going to well, I know I will not be there, so anybody that's going, oh, let me do this. Happy belated birthday to happy belated if I missed your birthday and you're a Capricorn, happy belated birthday to all the Capricorns. If your birthday is coming up, happy birthday to you as well. All the Capricorns. Shout out to the Capricorns, one of my favorite signs. So, but if you will be in ML and happy birthday to Martin Luther King. Let's not forget. But if you're going to be in MLK this weekend, Justin, are you going to MLK?
Hell no, I'm gonna be at work, bitch. Fuck you, gay. Shit, that's just nothing. I mean, here's the thing. I thought about going real quick, but I need my black ass niece to go. But I got other missions. I got other fish in the fire. So the FBI runs and Facebook, they patrol it. And exactly. I do
I think
agree.
the last time that we did the first and the last time
When was
that
BBB
I
ball
did,
supposed
because
to
I
happen,
only did
Jason?
MLK week. I only did MLK one time, and that was for Stewards Ball.
When was the
And
the BBB ball supposed to happen?
the original date for the BBB Ball was in May. It was the first weekend in May, but that date has been changed. I do not know the exact date of it, so you're gonna have to wait for Kelly to do her show next Monday, because she will be back next Monday, same time, 9 o'clock on the dot. And she will be able to just brushes. She will be able to answer the question for you about the. I know that it's been moved to June, but I don't know the exact date in June. But it's in June. So but I really did not. I can't say that I didn't have a good time at MLK weekend when we went, and I can't say that I had it. I can't say I didn't have a good time, and I can't say that I did. But I wouldn't be. I'm not rushing down there to MLK weekend, free Black Friday, Friday.
I mean, I have fun for what it's worth or whatever. Like, I don't set no expectations when
It's
I
the
go
echo,
to.
Justin. You gotta take the headphones off. It's the echo.
Damn, this sound is crazy. I gotta have. The switchboard gotta be bad because I can't hear you. Anyway, now it's better. Now it's louder. Now it's louder. Now it's
Okay.
louder. Okay.
Um, but
But
what was I gonna say?
what was I gonna say?
Why is there an
Why is there
echo?
an echo? Let me turn my sound down. Okay,
Yeah.
now.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh, that's so
Oh, that's so
creepy.
creepy.
But
But
I'm glad
I'm
to
glad
see
to see
that in
that in
2019,
2019,
let me knock
let
on
me knock
wood,
on wood,
that there are
that
no
there are
jokes
no jokes
about people
about
going to
people going to
Atlanta
Atlanta
for MLK
for MLK
weekend,
weekend,
stuck,
stuck,
being
being
homeless,
homeless,
coming home to their
coming
lights
home to
cut
their lights
off.
cut off. So what you're saying is we're gonna do better this year, and we're gonna curb our enthusiasm about conversations that are negatively impacting Atlanta and their tourist attractions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what we're gonna do.
So
So
in
in
2019,
2019,
when they go
when they
low,
go low,
we go high.
we go high. Right.
If it
If
does not
it does
affect
not
you,
affect you,
don't worry
don't
about it.
worry about it.
Now, if a bitch
Now,
owe
if a
you
bitch owe
money
you money
and they went to
and they went to
MLK,
MLK,
then you be waiting
then
for
you
them
be
when they
waiting
get
for them
back.
when they get back. But you usually make those posts. Right
And I
together.
and I
And
usually
I
pay for the
usually
A
pay
in
for
your
the A
tongue,
in your tongue,
but I'm not.
but I'm not. Why they at your door, Jason?
Cause I told him who his father was and he rejected him.
But anyway, I had the last time I was there, I had fun. It was straight. You know what I'm saying? I can't say much for the locals. You know, the locals are interesting. Hey, how you doing? Keep it moving.
Just
Just,
wait
just
for the head. But
don't give Miss Erica Badu no more ideas.
why I gotta be the bag lady?
Oh man.
Um. Well, you know what?
This topic
We
is
here.
this is no topic. Where's this topic going?
One. We don't really. I mean. I'm still thinking about the conversation I just got off of. And two, I'm used to switchboard working. So this is new.
Mm-hmm.
Justin, can you turn your volume down?
Okay.
Okay. So it's like I was prepared, and that's my fault because we need to be better because any situation can happen, like tonight.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And because I said that we were going to, once we came back in 2019, that we were going to be more consistent,
Right.
we're doing our show.
But that's the professional thing to do.
Right.
Right.
I understand that there's an echo. I don't know why the echo happened all of a sudden. Justin said he couldn't hear me, so I don't know. I can't control the echo on my end. So I'm tired. And I guess I don't know.
So wait, here's the thing. Adulting is hard. Being an adult is hard. Having those rational adult conversations that you have to have is hard. You know what I'm saying? But you have to do it to break through to your moment to do you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a better person, that's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, on another level with friendships and stuff in general, somebody supposed to support you and push you, make you make the right decisions about doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because things you do things that are out of kilter, or maybe they may go out, may go left. It'll get crazy. Now, if you just
But
want
I just thought, I
crazy,
mean, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. How does that go? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me once, shame on you. I don't know. I've been drinking,
yeah,
so
somebody has
they're
to
both
do
have
it.
to be. They both have to do it. Right? Yeah. I mean,
See, you shouldn't have no alcohol. You can't break. You can just break it up and laughing.
that caught. It was just a total kid. It was a total.
What?
Like,
We're not gonna have that conversation here. That's what we're not gonna do. Adulting is hard.
Adulting is hard. There has to be somebody.
I'm gonna make that my
Listen.
post and shit.
So we just go this tonight. Is just go tonight because we're only gonna be here till 12 o'clock. So for the next hour, this is just getting to know the Jade. two single, one attractive,
Don't be
same
saying
gender
all that
name.
about me. I ain't say all that about me. Just because you done had a little wine in your system, don't be put me out there in the market like that.
Yes. Valentine's Day is ballroom having conversations about renaming houses so you can legally own the name, so you can sell the house as a business and just brand just one brand. They need to. I mean, and
It's
some
both.
let's be very clear. A lot of these houses can't brand their name because they don't belong to them. So, fortunately, I'm blessed. Justin is blessed that we're in a house that we can copyright our name because there's no other organization called Labation. But the Revlons, the Ebony, so forth and so forth, they can't copyright their name because it doesn't belong to them. So,
see,
so,
see.
so Raquel, I don't know how that like Kishi. I don't even know if Kishi can copyright that. And if they right, and if they copyright, the government is going to be a part of it because the government is going to want money. But just to give a shout out to myself, if you're in the DMV area and you need a notary, I'm here to help you. So if you have legal things that need to be notarized, I'm your guy for a fee. But I forgot what I was going to say. I don't know. No, I am not drinking wine. That is a rum from Bermuda. That is 197% proof called crackling.
You are alcoholic.
And you are a pothead.
So and
Don't
I'm not.
knock
You're
on
not.
my
At least
don't
here's the
knock.
thing. At least you get to do your thing on air. I'm not even going to do that on air. Y'all not going to catch me carrying. I'm gonna do my
Right.
paper and I'm gonna go about my business.
Because if you did it on air, I would read you.
Huh?
Because if you did it on air, I would read you.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, somebody saying, wait a minute, why I gotta be a drunk? Wait a minute, let
What
me
do
see.
the Jays think about making a house that will ban older members from sleeping with members under 18? Oh wow.
Girl, why you ask me that? Of all people, of all
These comments are taking me out.
of all people,
Okay.
why
Let's
you
bring it
ask
together.
me that? Because you really don't want my answer. You don't want my answer.
I think it's terrible when people in places of power abuse their power to take advantage of people younger than them. But that I also think people need to be aware of what they're getting involved with when they try to do some of the stuff that they do. If you was, I don't know, I want to, because I don't like the victim shame, but I still feel like there's a double sword in there because I know it's a lot of younger guys that come at you. You adult. Like I said earlier, adulting is hard. Adulting is not going to be easy. But if you're going to be somebody's parent, you got to be their parent. You're not their parent slash lover slash. That's
I apologize. People that are trying to listen to the show are calling me because the show is
But
whatever. So anyway,
here's the thing. I've been in things before where they, you know what I'm saying, we made that the rule, and then people totally went against the rule. The people who made the rule totally went against the rule itself. So it was
um,
just like, you know what I'm saying? So I try not to, how do I say, even it, like, I don't know. So being in
okay,
the house isn't
okay.
safe. I don't think it's, I won't say that.
Justin, let me get in here right here. I
Uh
am
huh.
great. I am grateful that in my ballroom career, and some tend to think that I don't have a ballroom career. You can think whatever you want. Um, in my ballroom career, I am glad that I've only been in two houses, and I am no, I'm from Baltimore. He's from Mississippi. I am grateful for the two houses that I've been in because I learned a lot from both of them. I really did not walk much as an Aphrodite, and I really didn't have to walk much as a libation. But I'm grateful for both of those houses because I learned a lot from both of them. What I learned, I'm grateful for the fact that let's be very clear that Tommy has been my father for a very, very long time. It's not just been because I'm in the LaBeija that Tommy's my father. Tommy's my father. And Tommy has always been about education, career, and family. And I am glad to say that that man is my father because in our house, family is family. And we don't sleep with each other. We can admire each other. We might even have a crush on somebody in the house. But we are a family and we don't sleep with each other. And in any family, be it your real family or a family that you build yourself, you don't sleep with each other. And I think that it's a disheartening thing that you have people in roles of leadership and they use their leadership to manipulate individuals that are looking for love, guidance, and respect because they don't know. And instead of opening their legs, you need to be expanding their mind and showing them that you can have a career in ballroom and outside of ballroom. That's all you should be doing. You should not be trying to take them to bed. You should not be trying to give them drugs. You shouldn't even be getting high with them. Because I know for a fact, yes, Sandra Edwards Rigby allowed me to drink, but she didn't drink with me. She might have bought the alcohol for me, but she didn't drink it with me. And the only time that I drunk with my mother was like maybe a toast at New Year's. And when I got to the legal age, like 25, 26, because I lost my mother when I was 28, um, I still watch what I said around my mother. If I cussed in front of my mother, I was like, "Ooh, excuse me, ma." So I respect a house that set up rules where the kids are the kids and the kids are allowed to be kids. And adults actually take care of them like they are their kids. I can't speak. I mean, I've heard stories. We've all heard stories about all this stuff that's happening in the surviving ballroom moment or the Me Too movement, and whatever they want to call it. And if I stand alone, I stand alone. But I will not sit on a judge's panel. I will not go to a ball. I will not be in the room with a known pedophile. If how you choose to be around them, it's how you choose to be around them. But I'm not. So that's how this Jay feels about older men sleeping with younger men in ballroom. And granted, I don't want to hear and please can we stop with the bullshit about, oh well, they were 19, they were 18. We all know that the mind is not fully developed until you're 25 years old. So at 25, if they make a conscious decision that they want to sleep with a 40-year-old, then have at it. But what does a 19-year-old and a 35-year-old have in common? Other than a dick in a hole. No problem. And I know that there are going to be a lot of people that when they see me at a ball, they're going to look at me sideways. They might not speak. Guess who don't care? Because if somebody doesn't start standing up for these kids, nobody will. And I don't, because that kills me when they say stop calling them kids. They're adults. They're not adults. If they still living at home, if they still scrounging up money, they kids. If after a certain time they can't go in the house because they didn't miss that curfew, they're a kid. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I was 18 and I had a 1 o'clock curfew. And I missed that curfew one time. And when I got home and I turned my key in that door, Sandra had all the locks on.
You right.
And she had the nerve, and she had the nerve to open the door and throw a pillow and a blanket out into the hallway and say, I bet not leave out that hallway. Did I sleep in that hallway? I sure the hell did not. I went to my grandmother's house. And my grandmother called her and cussed her the fuck out. Was I wrong? Yes, absolutely.
I think you're in a realistic place.
Say what?
I really think I think from a real place, I think that people need. I think I think that people really need to.
Bitch, what's wrong? You stuck?
No, you keep on talking over me. I can't finish my comment.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm waiting for you.
It's a delay in the what's the name there because I'm listening to you because I can't hear. Anyway, I think people really need to work on not trying to apply what happened to them in their life to somebody else, or not attacking or doing things to people like that. Like if somebody, just because you came up in the scene and somebody did something to you, you don't need to take that energy to somebody else.
Right.
And I think that would kill a whole lot of shit. You, because a lot of people invalidate that whole conversation. But it happened to me, or they did me this way, or this they did me some. It always happens that way. So
Right. Because one of the biggest problems that I have is that I talked about it last week. I've talked about it many times in the past. That I'm a survivor of rape. I'm a survivor of child molestation. Because I'm a survivor of child molestation, because I'm a survivor of rape, I'm a protector of innocence. And 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 although it happened to me, I've never had a desire to be with anybody younger than me. To this day, I don't even want to be with. If you're younger than 25, I'm not even interested. Now, if you were 50, 45, 50, I might molest you because that's what I'm attracted to. But it would be consensual. I'm not attracted to, and I don't have daddy issues because my father was in my life. But I am just attracted to older men. I have always been attracted to older men.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not saying, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm in my 40s. So as older as I'll go, and let's be very clear now. 50 now is not 50 10 years ago.
Right.
So the average 50-year-old now looks younger than the average 25-year-old now.
I mean, to me, you would date in your age pool, wouldn't you?
Really big? Really big? 50 is not my age pool, bitch. You tried that.
Oh, you had to go get a cigarette on that, didn't you?
You carrying.
You a thinker. You a thinker. You thought about that, huh? You like
I
how I did that
mean,
wordplay?
I mean,
How do y'all
at
feel
this,
about a 40-year-old and a 29-year-old? That makes sense.
yeah,
I
that
think
makes
there's a gap, but I don't think that's a large gap.
right.
Like 40s and 29, that's because you're talking about somebody that's not in the middle of their adult starting adulting and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I think in this generation, a lot of people are getting forced to be older faster. That's why, like, you look a lot of these pictures. A lot of these people look so old to be so young. Like, yeah, they look like they've been through the travesties of life, and they young as hell.
Like for I'm gonna use myself. I'm gonna use myself as an example. I am the youngest of 8 children, and by the time my sisters and brothers start having kids, their kids were like my brothers and sisters. And a couple of my nieces I had to raise. So I entered adulthood a lot earlier than I should have. So when I cut up, like now, the things I do, I can't relive my youth, and I'm not going to try to relive my youth. But the time that I spent, because one of the things Sandra said to me is, you're going to regret being so fast. Because at 16 and 17, I was going to the club, sneaking out the window, going down the fire escape, and going to the club. And one of the things that my mother said to me, you're going to regret trying to grow up so fast. And now I do. Because at the age that I am now, when I should be going to a club, bitch, I'd rather be home in the bed watching Murder, She Wrote or looking at TV or sleep. see if he yeah, Justin froze. So I'm gonna wait for him to come back. But like I was saying, one of the things the biggest thing that my mother told me is that I would regret growing up at 15. At 15, I was down at Sportsman's and Buns. We was probably there together. I can remember a time I was on my way to Buns. Oh my God, Mardi Gras was the shit. I remember one time I was on my way to Buns, and when I got there, they was like, "Your mother just left here, and she had her shotgun." And I can remember getting home, and my mother saying, "You're gonna regret growing up so fast." And it's like now where, like even when I go out of town, Justin will tell you when he come back to the live. Even when we go out of town to a ball, when we go out of town to a ball or something like that, I don't want to go to the club. We can go to the mall. We can go somewhere and get something to eat. But I could care less about being around a bunch of punks. The voice in the video is delayed. Oh, I don't know what happened. What's going on? I don't know. But and see, Christina, do you remember the paradox? Do you remember the paradox? I mean, not the paradox, fantasies. I remember when I started going to fantasies was right before it was getting ready to close. We would take our book bags and hide them around the corner. And we would leave fantasies and go right, and I would go straight to high school. And I'll be in my first period class with a fucking hangover. And I remember the principal, because my mother was a school teacher, the principal and my mother knew each other. So my teacher would send me with a note because I was like, "Can you please shut the fuck up? I got a hangover." So the teacher would send me to the principal's office with a note saying, "Mr. Hines said he has a hangover. We need to do something about it." By the time I got to the principal's office, I didn't already threw that note in the trash. I get in the principal's office and he's like, "Jason, what you doing in here?" And I'm like, "I don't feel good. My stomach hurt." He'd be like, go in my office and lay on the couch till you feel better." So then that snitching ass teacher, she would call on the intercom to make sure that she would call on the intercom to make sure that I got to the principal's office and say, "Did Mr. Hines arrive to the principal's office?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, he's here now." And then she would be like, "Well, did he give you the note?" And he was like, "Yeah, he's laying down now." I don't know, Justin, you're going to have to send a request again or whatever it is because it's not letting me, you got to send a request because it's not letting me add you. So you got to send that request again like you did the last time. And that's what and that's what I would do. But we would go to fantasies and be drunk out our mind. Well, I would be drunk out my mind. And then go to school. And I still graduated. And this is what I understand about these kids. I guess it's just a whole nother, that's just a generation. And granted, I'm not proud of what I did. But at least I graduated. One of my teachers was gay and used to be at Buns, and he told my father I would always be asleep. Well, see, wait a minute. My algebra teacher was a lesbian, Miss Chanuski. No, her name was Miss Chmielewski, and she didn't like me, and I didn't like her. And the one time that my mother went down Buns with a shotgun, Miss Chmielewski, it was like right down the street from Buns. Well, it was Our Place West. Right down the street from Our Place West was Tiki's, which was the dyke bar, which was the lesbian bar. Let's be politically correct. The lesbian bar. And as my mother was getting ready to go in Buns, Miss Chmielewski was apparently coming out of Tiki's. And they had, now mind you, my mother was gay. And they had an exchange of words. So that Monday when I got to school, Miss Chmielewski was like, after class, she was like, Mr. Hines, I need to speak to you. And I was like, you don't need to speak to me. So she was like, so you like to hang in gay bars? And I'm like, bitch, what? What is you talking about? And she was like, oh, your mother informed me that you may be down here. And if I see you, I'm to let her know. And I was like, okay, well, let her know. Justin, send the request. Stop inboxing me. And you doing, oh my God. God bless your heart. Bear with me, y'all, while I try to bring Justin back. What time is it? Because we're going to end this at 12 o'clock anyway. And hopefully next week the phone lines be working. Justin, what are you doing? I can't. Okay, let me do this and then do this and see if you can do it. Now send a request. Okay. I see you up there. Justin can't. Wait a minute. It's saying Justin can't go. It's saying Justin can't go live with you right now. So it's something on your end that you can't go live. I don't know what it is, but it's saying you can't go live. So you have to fix it. Or if we don't seem like Laverne or Shirley, this is like an I Love Lucy episode. If you don't, you gotta fix it on your end, Justin, because I can't fix it. It's saying something on your end. I can't fix it. But that is one of the biggest things that back to your thing is Raquel, is that I believe that children should be children, and that at 6 and that it's not. I've never understood, like, if my mother smoked weed, if my father smoked weed, if they drunk. Yes, my mother might have had a drink or two in front of me. My dad they might have drunk, but they didn't get pissy drunk in front of me. They might have had a drink with dinner. They might have had a drink if we went out. They might have had a drink at Christmas or New Year's. But my parents weren't partying with me. And the problem that I had with this community is that the things that we should glorify, we don't glorify. But we glorify cocaine use. We glorify smoking weed. We glorify being a stunt queen. We glorify being a prostitute. But we don't glorify finishing school, going to college, getting a job, starting a career. And those are the things that bother me. We glorify being promiscuous. We glorify, sleep with as many people as you want. And then when they sleep with as many people as they want, we call them whores or sluts or tramps and whatever. That's what I don't understand. That's what I don't get. When was any of that? It's okay to be a freak. Like Betty White said, be a freak in the sheets, but be whatever in the streets. Why is it okay now? Why is everything so acceptable? Do you think ballrooms should cut down on the amount of cash prizes? And how do you feel about grand prize being a vacational school scholarship? I have friends that are promoters. So I'm going to say that at this point, because of where ballroom is, they could never go back to just giving out a trophy. We are way past the importance of a trophy. Because like just for little categories, they don't come out for the cash. So if they're not coming out for the cash now, going back to just giving them a trophy is just not going to work. Now, I think it would be a marvelous idea that if for grand prize it was a vocational scholarship or a scholarship or something like that. I think that would be a marvelous thing for them to do for some of these kids. But then you have to realize some of these kids didn't even finish high school, so some of them ain't even going to college. My mother was gay and she introduced me. She felt I would be around her. I never joined the house because my parents were gay. Okay. I mean, the way I was introduced to ballroom, it was introduced as a This is a fraternity or sorority. And that's how it was kind of sort of explained to me. And then when as I grew and I saw stuff, I walked away. And I was fortunate enough that I was able to walk away unscathed. I was fortunate enough that I was able to walk away intact. Did some of my girlfriends have that same experience? No. Do you think about Tony Revlon thinking that boy? Wait a minute. Did y'all talk about Tony Revlon thanking that boy for the good head in the ass after he was accused? We touched on that situation, and my thoughts and my feelings on that situation was this: that if the boy is saying that he was 19, so if he was 19 and he was drugged, then that was wrong. If he was 19 and he did not give consent to being taped and doing all those things, then it was wrong. And I'm personally not going to change my stance on that situation. That if you slip something into somebody's drink, if you Bill Cosby them, you was wrong. It was rape, right? And I am a firm believer, and I've said this on many a show. If you and somebody are in the bed and they sleep, and you wake up and you start performing fellatio on them, and they would sleep, some don't agree with me, some do agree with me. In my opinion, if I'm asleep and I wake up to you sucking my dick, that's rape. Because I did not consent. Even if we lovers, it's still rape. Even if we married, it's still rape. Even if you my house brother or my house father, it is still a form of rape. Because I did not consent. I didn't. So it's rape, in my opinion. And there are a lot of people that would not agree with me on that situation. But, oh well. I don't know where the hell you at. So, I'm waiting for Justin to come back. I just hit him up. I don't know what he's doing, but it is what it's going to be. It's not consent. Yeah. But, ladies and gentlemen, what time is it? It's 11:46. Okay. I'm trying to hold out to 12 o'clock. I'm really trying to hold out to 12 o'clock. I don't know how much. I don't think it's going to work to 12 o'clock. But I was consistent watching YouTube. The show is still on, dummy. Wait a minute. He's watching YouTube. Excuse me, y'all. I'm having a conversation with Justin. Okay. Okay, he's saying he sent a request. Okay. I don't know what is going on. Request to be. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to say goodnight. It has been a pleasure as always. Thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully we will be back to our regular way of doing things next week, where you can call in or you can watch from the live. Either way, we will be back here next Tuesday.
Kelly will be on Monday from the ballroom recap from everything that happened in Atlanta, MLK weekend, and I'm quite sure there will be a lot to discuss. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe. Be blessed. Love each other. And I will talk to you all soon. Good night.